Listen, welcome to TFG tonight. I'm your host, Mr. Haynes. Everybody in that place. But once he out of here, guess what? Pop. And all of us coming down. That's why I had to go and talk about Ivanka right quick, because they coming to say on this one.
Oh,
You is,
and you know this is what I love about President Barack Hussein Obama. No matter what, he kept it 100.
I was just going to bring that up.
That's right.
Yeah.
So listen, if my company told me that I had to do something that I said, man, that's a little, we tripping. I mean, bro, half the country voted for a man that took diversity out of employment. Half the country voted for that man. What's up, everybody? Y'all ready? Y'all know what day it is. It's Monday, and guess what time it is? It's TFG tonight time. Listen, I'm tripping. I'm excited. Why? Because we are going to have an amazing show tonight. So listen, when y'all come in, say what's up, say hello, and listen, we all about them stickers. I'm gonna just tell y'all something. I seen some brothers on the show a couple weeks ago, and they got paid. And listen, I don't know what I gotta do for a couple dollars, but I put it out there. Let me see if I'll do it. But don't worry about it. But listen, we down for them stickers. So y'all bring them stickers on tonight, and let's have some fun. Y'all know what time it is. We keeping up with the Trumps. So y'all know about 2 hours ago, maybe an hour and a half ago, Donald got that peach again. And I ain't talking about no Georgia peach either. I'm talking about he got two for $1. They impeach your boy one more time. Listen, I ain't tripping. I know a couple people owe me some money, but I ain't gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's tax season. They gonna probably tell they ain't gonna pay when they hit their taxes. It's all good. But I told him he was gonna be impeached again before the year was up. And guess what happened? He got impeached. So once again, deja vu. These jokers done walk from one side of the hallway to the other. I don't know what that's about. But they sent the articles of impeachment to the Senate. And you know what's coming up next? In 14 days. Somebody say 14 days. 14 days. They're going to have a trial. And see, it's different this time around, y'all, because you know why? Because the GOP is not the majority anymore. And so, listen, I warned these people about this. I said, listen, it's going to be tougher for Trump to win the election and not have the Congress slide over to the Democratic side. He better be glad he's not in office anymore while these guys hold his position, else it would have been a little worse for him. But y'all know what's gonna happen. We're gonna talk about it all for the next 2 weeks about what's going on. Y'all know a whole lot of stuff gonna come out on my boy, but that's us keeping up with him. Y'all ready? Listen, I got some funny people that's coming on here, and when I talk about funny, they finna bring the noise. Let's bring all this color on in here. Come on here, you colors. Ladies and gentlemen, we have King Noble in the building.
Ram Pride. I just want to give a shout out to them. Once the say Rams about to be on, about to grace ESPN at our own school by one of our own, Stephen A. Smith. It's so hard to be a Ram. That's all I got to say, baby. That's all I got to say. Next month, tune in. I'm gonna talk about it.
All right, bro. I ain't mad at you shaking your bush. Okay, well, listen. King Noble Martin here. And ladies and gentlemen, we have the lovely Rue, and she ain't from Louisiana. And it sure ain't going in no gumbo either. No, it ain't going in no gumbo. But Madam Rue is in the building.
What's happening?
Y'all listen, show some love. Bring us these stickers. But listen, I got some car inspections I got to pay for. So y'all come on, let's get this thing over with. Madam Producer, let's get started. Y'all ready? We're going to talk about Mr. President Biden himself, number 47. Isn't he 47? He's 46.
46.
He's going to be 47 if Piss out came. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm tripping. All right. So listen, y'all. Y'all, what y'all think about our president? You cool? Don't answer that yet. Wait, don't answer that. Okay, let's talk about this. Okay, I'm tripping. Increasing the minimum wage. Now, I want to tell y'all something right quick. This is what's so funny about this in the first place. When he first started this thing, everybody and their mama thought that they was going to go from $8 an hour to $15 an hour. And then he got in office. And then he had an epiphany. He said, I can't give everybody $15 an hour. That'll break the bank. So I just want to tell y'all, clutch your pearls, tie your shoes. The only people that's getting $15 an hour are federal workers. What's up, Shahana?
What's up, Hana?
Thank you for joining us, man.
The only people that's getting 15 is everybody that wear chucks and pearls. That's in the federal life.
What's up, big dog? Thank you for joining, man. Good to see you. Listen, so everybody ain't getting $15 an hour. I'm sorry, y'all. Walmart ain't going up that high. What's up, Lamar? Good to see you. Listen, McDonald's, y'all not listen. The only person that's gonna move up is gonna come into America. He moved up and went from fries to the grill. Y'all not getting 15. I'm sorry. So
it's gonna be on lettuce.
Yeah. So look here, y'all. So what y'all think? Was he hoodwinking us, or was he just trying to play the game? What y'all think? We'll start with ladies first. Come on, what you think about that $15 just for the federal workers?
It's much needed. It's been much needed. Like there's been times where even our military personnel it's boiled down to what $5.25 or $5.60 something an hour for enlisted, and that's ridiculous, especially when you're looking at a 24-hour duty status. You average that all out, and our military is making $5 an hour. So yeah, it's needed. It's much due. It don't make sense to me how somebody working at Burger King can make more than what I did when I was enlisted. Makes no sense.
And Vince, I'm gonna let you go. Hold on. Let me address Vince. Vince, you're right. I don't have a problem with the facts. I have a problem with the presentation. And the presentation was that everybody was getting a raise on minimum wage. Yes, we do understand that Congress has to pass this law, but that ain't what Big Joe said. Big Joe said everybody getting 15. You getting 15. That's what he said. Everybody was getting 15. Even my daughter thought she was getting 15. Yeah.
I feel like with the raising federal minimum wage, and like Rue said, the enlisted soldiers, if you really average it out, they really make the only way they're really gonna make any money is when they become like E6s, E7s, E8s. That's when their money starts to really compete with like an actual federal wage. And even for officers, they say, "Oh, well, officers make a lot of money." No, bro. Like the only way officers really make a lot of money is if they're fire enlisted and they have dependents. That's it. Even their base salary doesn't compute or equate to an actual like GS 10 or GS 11 or 12 that's making the actual $15 to $21 pay range. And on top of that, GS 10 through 12, they don't work as hard as we do. We're putting on 24 hours a day.
Yeah, but see, the thing about it is, and what you say, I feel like if he did try to change anything, people, and that's fine. But listen, we tired of the hustle and bustle though. Just shoot it to it straight. And the thing is, it's not just military, right? All those guys that's cleaning up those buildings, all those gals and girls that got furloughed the last time the government shut down, all those people, I can't believe that they wasn't making $15 an hour. But, that's neither here nor there. Yeah.
And those federal people usually don't even have a choice. They still have to go to work, and they're not
getting paid.
And it's some of them that get furloughed because I was a federal employee before. GS9 we make okay, but we make okay money, but we get furloughed. We're not working. It's either you work 4 days and you missing a day, or you might make 1 day and then you miss up 4. So it's like, oh heck no! Like, hold up, bro. Take it off.
And don't let finance try to catch up, try to pay you when. Don't even try to go to finance. That's not gonna happen.
Can I please get my email?
Look at it. Listen, let's get the party started. I want to push for 100. I want to push for 100 today. Can we listen? Let's go to that Baptist church on the hill, and I'm asking for another offering. We want to raise 100 tonight. We want to raise 100 tonight.
Pastor, let me get the collection plate Let's go and
Yeah,
start
man,
with
get the plate, Doc.
benevolence.
We want to raise 100 for the offering
Let me
tonight.
get. I
So
got the.
listen,
Let me go and pass it over there. Here come the
yeah,
chocolate
yeah,
around.
yeah. Listen, she need a little more sugar for that tea. She sweet, no sweet. No.
Mm-hmm.
Listen. The thing about it is they was making 725, y'all. Right, 725. I said, wow, man. So he doubled it, and
That's like a
that's a
foot.
hard
That's a Foot
business.
Locker.
Yeah, man. Listen, longevity, we appreciate that $9.99. And listen, for 2 for 1, man, we make sure your elbow or two. Let's go. So all I want to say about this, I don't have a problem with it because like somebody said, he's sending $4 billion to Central America. And it's like, y'all, we broke. We ain't got that kind of money. So I don't really understand what we're doing here. If you're gonna take care of your house. You know what I'm saying? So
That
don't
part.
tell us, don't tell us that you just gonna help us just the federal workers. There are a lot of people out here that's struggling, y'all. So I get it. I like the move. I just didn't like the way you shot it at us. You shot it at us like you was gonna give it to everybody. But that's
He
neither
shot it
here
like
nor
a
there.
Pope pimping. He was Pope pimping, man. He was Pope pimping.
Yeah.
Pope pimping.
Yeah.
We also have to remember that it's not necessarily Biden. It's Bernie Sanders because he is our chairman.
Hey! Oh, look at that. Thank you, ma'am.
It's Bernie Sanders that's like, hey, let's pay the people. So we
And you know, that's
Man.
that far left liberal mentality. Like, okay, you know, like everybody deserves this, everybody deserves that. Which, I mean, understandably, yeah, everybody deserves a little bit of something. But at the same time, I'm not with paying. That's like healthcare. I don't mind universal healthcare, but let's be realistic. There are some people that will sit back and take advantage of the fact of, oh, I'm not going to work. If I'm getting free healthcare, I'm not going to work. But that means I'm paying more in taxes for you to have healthcare. Granted,
yeah,
it's a great system.
That's the middle class paying
Mhm.
for it. Poor people don't have to pay shit. Or poor people don't have to pay nothing, and rich people don't have to pay nothing. You got the rich people.
The middle class pays
Yeah,
for
that's about to
everything.
change though. That's about to change though. That's about to
Yeah,
change. It's about to
rich
change.
people don't want to pay because they feel like as a society we should all be putting in the work. They calibrate value based off your work ethic, right? So if poor people are living off welfare and they're getting that minimum for doing the minimum work, that's not fair for us middle class that's actually working and the majority of the taxes is coming from us. It's
Yeah,
not.
I ain't never heard prayer in the Pledge of Allegiance, so you can hang that up. So
I
listen, let's
pledge
keep
of
up with
allegiance
Biden.
to okay. There's
Fairness
no
of the economy. Now, so listen, Biden doing some more work, right? I mean, listen, Shahan, I appreciate that. I'm telling you what, I'm gonna give me a nice #1 at McDonald's with that meal. I sure appreciate you. But let me tell you something else Biden doing with this money. He wants to offer $3,000 per child. Now listen, I
For
don't know.
what? Hold on. Let me go first. Please let me go first.
All right, go on, bro.
Please.
Go.
Okay, is this $3,000 in like when people file taxes at the end of the year and they claim it? Okay, whoo. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll blow the whole
Oh
gas.
no, it's gonna be better. So listen, this is not the first country that has done this. He's actually piggybacking off another country. I won't call the country's name because I didn't confirm it, but apparently there is a country that's already doing this. So basically, what Biden wants to do is he wants to give you $250 per child over the age of 6 to 17, and any child that's 6 and under. So I don't know where the 6 fall in it. Y'all do math. But 6 and under, they're gonna be $300 a month. So one of those things, you're gonna get $250 a month per child, or you get $300 per month per child. Now, listen, I don't know if Biden has ever been to the club, but listen, everybody finna stop taking pregnancy check. I mean, stop taking their birth control, and it's finna go to work.
Look,
I just want y'all to know. Man, listen, y'all talking about population control. Y'all just messed up.
Dude's about
Everybody having babies.
Dude's about to keep doggone.
Listen, man.
Bags of Plan B and they
Hey,
like Skittles.
listen, they gonna ask for
Get
Planned Parenthood to open up. Biden gonna shut Planned Parenthood down on his own. You hear me?
No, hold on, though. I got one question.
Hand it over. Listen,
now, how are they gonna do this? Are they gonna do this for both? Because you gotta realistically look at this.
All I can do is report it.
But here's my question.
Okay, yeah.
How you gotta be they gotta be realistic in how they're gonna do this, because no offense, every baby mama out here that ain't doing nothing with their life, living off the child support check, is about to be eaten. When I tell you they're gonna be riding, look,
listen,
they're gonna have some of the best yakking number 5.
That's demographic though. That's considering the demographic. You're talking about a demographic where you got your baby mamas and your baby daddies, and then that's a small percentage. Not everybody.
I get that. That is a very small percentage. But see where I'm going with that. Because if you're talking 300,
hold on. This ain't. Let me tell you.
You gotta keep in mind. Again, we're paying for it, and if they're getting these stimuluses, you're not. That means you're not getting that tax refund at the end of the year. You're not gonna get it.
Look,
I don't know. We're gonna see.
If they do this, if this is done.
All right, let it cool off. Let it cool off. Listen, this is what I want to tell y'all. If nothing else, he wants to give everybody $300 to $250 a month. That equals up to $3,000 a year, right? Or $3,600 if your child is under the age of 6, right? So basically, what I'm trying to tell y'all, don't take the bait and think y'all hitting the lottery, because if y'all getting this money, listen, daycare is going from $8,000 a month to $16,000 a month, right?
Oh,
gas
is
going from everybody's gonna get paid, man. So I just want y'all to be careful for y'all for Big Honey to dust off that thing so she can go have a couple more. Tubes getting untied.
No, she getting birth control getting not dust off the thing.
She does it. Listen. And she finna tell Big Daddy Billy to come on over here because she needs 2 more in the bank. Listen, what you say? I want all my coin. Well, I understand, but y'all gonna spend it. So it sounds good on paper. I'm gonna tell you something my granddaddy told me.
Then don't be spending your money on Jordans and freaking Nike and all that.
But I'm gonna tell y'all something.
I'm trying to continue to build.
Y'all want to talk about what women are spending, and the men don't be spending on some BS. Too.
I'm gonna tell you right now,
BS2.
My daughter has a very, very nice, hefty trust fund and college fund already stacked up. And when I say she is hefty, she got M's in her account. So I'm continuing to put money in them because I ain't gonna be here forever.
See, the thing is, I ain't talking to you.
Let's say, okay, if y'all go ahead and get this $300 a month for these kids, put it towards their future tuition, put it towards them being entrepreneurs, put it towards stuff that they can actually, a resource that they can utilize later in life. Don't get happy and don't think that you're going to get extra money at the end of the year after you got.
Because you know that's exactly what they're going to think. And
That's because Black people are the most consumers. Like we're the ones that buy the most
worst
stuff.
consumers.
Consumers. There's some worse ones like that. But I just want to tell you, I was looking for the choir you was preaching to, and ain't nobody back there. So I just look here.
I have to try. I have to try.
I hear you. But this is what I want to say. My granddaddy told me once before: broke people stay broke, and that's just real, right? And so unless you change this, it don't matter how much money they give you, right? Just go look at some documentaries about all the people that have won these big lottos and ain't never had nothing. They was worse off than what they was when they started.
Everybody in their family paid.
When you get money, it's better to act like you don't have it.
Hey,
I said it right now. I said if I hit the lottery, if I win $1 billion, I'm gonna keep working. Military ain't about to force me out. Oh, you gotta get out, sir.
I need my insurance. That's why your name. That's why I'm gonna keep my insurance. I need my eyes checked. I need my eyes checked. Well, listen, I'm just reporting information. Good luck to all you guys, and listen, that I feel sorry for everybody, but letting other people keep their kids on their taxes. But y'all figure that out on your own. I ain't in that. All right, listen. Oh, this one finna blow everybody's mind. I hope y'all got somebody needs to sit down because I'm about to tell y'all something. Listen, y'all think the GOP been cut up. I'm gonna tell y'all something. there is a senator that is opposed to the $1,400 stimulus check, but there is a contingency. This gentleman, he says that he is down with giving us the $1,400 a month. I mean, stimulus check, but you got to take the vaccine.
I heard
Republican
about that
Ohio,
this morning.
Stivers. I'm sorry, sir, if I messed up your
Stivers.
name. But Steve
Stivers.
Steve Stivers. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's a stive turkey. That's what he is. So he say he said this, y'all. He said, listen, I'll give y'all the $1,400, but I need y'all to take the vaccine. Now that's already rubbed me the wrong way in the first place. It's like, what's this vaccine all about? Because y'all ain't taking it. Everybody was so excited about going on camera, and I ain't seen none of all the lawmakers line up for it.
Martin's gonna have to take it. If you still in, they gonna make that mandatory for the military.
No, they're not.
They already have. Well, they about to.
They are not. That is not come down yet at all.
We ain't gonna get in that fight.
They did the same thing with the flu shots. They made it mandatory. You had every time you did your annual.
That's a flu shot.
Huh? I know. You don't think they're gonna do? They already put it on my husband's thing that he has, that it's more than likely it's gonna be mandatory for him to get vaccinated.
Keyword more than likely. If it ain't
maybe if they go into war.
If it ain't come down from Department of the HQDA, it ain't.
Yeah.
But they gonna recoup money some kind of way. You just spent billions of dollars on vaccinations that you don't even know if you're gonna have the demand for it or the supply for the demand later. They got to be able to get their money back. So if they're going to dish out more money, yeah, I could see them sitting there saying, okay, you can't get this money unless you take this vaccination. Because your health insurance is going to cover it, or you're going to have to come out of pocket for it. How else they going to get the money?
And that's where I think it'll tie back into, oh, now you're going to get this shot. Like, because healthcare, pharmaceuticals, like, was it Pfizer? What's the other two? Moderna. Johnson & Johnson is making one. Moderna just come out and said that their vaccine.
They have contracts with 5 companies for that vaccination.
And then Moderna said their vaccine is actually able to inoculate against the new strain of.
But it's less potent.
Well, it's supposed to, but that's the thing. That from what they're saying, it's not less potent. It's supposed to also inoculate with this strain, but against any other strain that actually comes out of the coronavirus, because it's already done.
Wait, the ones that they don't know exist yet.
Yeah, see,
no.
Well, the one from Brazil just made it back over here. Well, there's one from Brazil that just made it back over here. But listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something, and it's this classism versus racism. We talked about this, and we've talked about classism actually being the problem, right? And this is the issue with classism, is that you don't trust people that don't seem to have your best interests at heart. So I'm just like Lamar. I don't know why you so interested in wanting to figure out whether or not we're gonna take the vaccine. It ain't worth no $1,400. I promise you that. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can keep that if y'all trying to do that. I'll just wait for my 3,000 come, and if we don't want to have some more kids, we can just go do that. Hey, don't try to hustle a hustler. Don't try to hustle a hustler, because we'll come get you. So all I'm saying,
like, the only reason I think that I would do it is because because of my child. That's it.
Yeah. And listen, if the risk was necessary, then we all will weigh the risk. But I'm just seeing too much that's causing me for pause. And I'll tell you like this: if all y'all get it, then I'm gonna be okay, right? So the more people that get it, the better chance I have of not getting it.
So we your guinea pig, right? That just sounded like we guinea pig.
I'm gonna watch everybody else take this vaccination, then I won't have to worry about it no more.
Teach his own. So I'm just telling y'all be careful about this money, because all money ain't good money, and y'all may be falling into some traps. So y'all be careful.
Getting no stimulus check anyway, so.
Okay. All right, big money. We ain't talking about that. We know you've been making more than $15,000 an hour for a long time. All right. Listen, Republican censors Cindy McCain. Y'all know who Cindy McCain is?
Yeah, that's good old John McCain's wife.
That's right.
Mama McCain.
Right?
That mama.
Mr. himself, right? Yeah. He give them big thumbs up with them short hands. Yeah, right? That's him. Well, he gave him thumbs up before, but this one right here, that's the one that got him messed up, right? The one that gave him that
Two
on that
thumbs
floor
down.
that day. Hey, I mean, he was real dramatic with it. He said, "Ooh," and just shut the whole crowd down, right? So listen, and this is what I'm telling y'all. If y'all not playing chess in this game called life, then y'all are pawns on the table. I'm just telling y'all, y'all pawns, peons, whatever you want to call it. Y'all better learn how to play the game. So Trump gone, but it ain't over. And the ball is already rolling downhill. This young lady has been very outspoken about her position, right? But the problem is Trump's goons is now wanting to shut everybody's mouth that's coming against him. They regrouping y'all, and I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't think civil war is coming, I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but it's trying to get him. And I'm just telling you, I ain't from Tulsa, and I ain't playing, right? And so we ain't playing that game. So I'm just saying they want her to shut her mouth. And so now they have given some type of amendment now to censor her. How do you censor somebody from speaking? What you think about that, Rue? Oh, my bad, bro.
No, you good.
Nah, that doesn't make any sense to censor. Anytime you censor someone or stop someone from saying what's on their mind, you're infringing the rights of freedom of speech. Like, I don't care what holds. You have the right to speak on whatever you have the right to. And if they're going to be able to do it to anybody in a political position, then that means that they have the right to censor the citizens as well. And so that's like, I feel like that's a gateway to saying civilians can't speak out either. If we're allowing this to happen.
Listen, so 3,000 people is running their mouth by somebody. So I don't know where we headed. At the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you just like this. I thought that they were complaining about the Democrats being this way, but it seemed like what's good for the goose ain't good for the gander. What you got, bro?
So I look at it like this. With it's and I can say it now. These Trumplicans.
He's been waiting on this, y'all.
It is their way of still holding on to that old rooted Jim Crow type of facade that they have in their head. Because a lot of these GOP Republicans or Trumplicans are they still had that mindset of like, oh, well, let's shut down everything that we can to make sure that no, bro, shut that up. Like, this woman has a right to speak out. She is the wife of one of the most well-known senators in the GOP. No, everybody don't believe in what McCain used to do, whatever, fine, whatever. But when you still want to incite hatred, sexism, bigotry, and everything else, but you kind of want to do it in a quiet, professional way, what's the difference? If it looks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, then obviously it is a freaking duck. So I just think they need, like, somebody really needs to shut these people down. We need to get rid of them. I think I heard one of a Republican that they said, hey, it's time out. And he was a younger Republican, but he said it's time out for this old thought process that our party has. And he said, I mean, he blatantly said the party is wrong. Even for trying to censor Cindy McCain, they were wrong, blatantly wrong in doing that.
So this is what I want to say about all this. My issue with this is these people weren't speaking up before this, and I'm gonna get to that question in just a minute.
Why are they
but I want to say
now?
something. Right, this is my issue. Fauci, Deborah Birx, all of a sudden y'all going on this tour of words now that y'all could have said, and I get it. You don't want to lose your $15 an hour. Okay, whatever, right? But at the same time, we can't trust y'all now because we don't know what the motive is now for y'all talking, right? We don't know if the motive is the same as it was for when you wasn't saying that when he was in office. So I don't get all of a sudden why we blowing the horn and we got the big megaphone, and all of a sudden now you want to tell us everything that was on your mind that you didn't want to say in the first place. That's the reason why we have a trust issue, because we don't know y'all. but then y'all want to get with these reasons of why y'all did and didn't say stuff. We don't want to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
And so this young lady, I mean, I understand the heat that's gonna come with this, but listen, y'all can't be scared. We've been having to deal with y'all ever since we got here, so we understand. Right? And so at the end of the day, it just is what it is. Now let's talk about.
It makes it a way for people to try to figure out another way to be politically correct. Like if you're not seeing the racism on the outside, I want to hear them talk, because that way I know who I'm dealing with. But if you're censoring someone, you're basically saying, "Oh, just don't do it in public."
Yeah.
It's not do it like throwing little jabs on the side.
Yeah, like don't throw no jab at me. Don't throw no jab at me. Say what you got to say. If you're gonna throw a jab, best believe a right cross is coming right behind that. I'm gonna hit you.
Exactly. Which gives us the right to do what we need to do. But if we're censoring anybody, period, that it makes it easier for them to hide it.
So go ahead.
But at this point, there's no hiding it anymore. It is so blatant that this racism, this rooted racism, because like I said, half of these GOP Republican senators are what, 55, 60, 65. And they don't die. They about to die, so they're trying to hold on to whatever that little bit of they can hold on, because they ain't trying to give up. And then you got the few sprinkled young ones in there that just I just think they're confused. They don't know what the heck they're doing. They just want to follow a pattern.
But Marco Rubio is a clown. To them. Yeah. Okay, so let's answer this question.
Smack Rubio.
Yeah. So Rubio look like this little kid my son watched. What's that boy called? I can't think of the kid's name now. Ryan. That's what Rubio look like, Ryan. Like Ryan. Put that question back up. He asked a question. He said, "Do I think it was cool that Twitter? What do you say? Was Twitter and Facebook wrong? No, they weren't wrong. Right?
Not because that was promoting hate. Like I get it. I get why they did it, but still, it's the gateway to me. Like you can censor a politician, you can censor the president. That means you can censor a civilian.
Yeah, and I hear you. It's a slippery slope, but I don't think it was because of the hate, because the hate is still coming. I mean, listen, how many of y'all got more than one Twitter account? Kevin Durant. I mean, so if Donald Trump want to make up a fake Twitter account and call himself Ronnie Love, he can do it, and then he could still say, "Hey, it's me, Trump." Whatever he want to do, I just think it's inconsistent, right? And like Ru was saying, it's a slippery slope. If you stop him, then it's the problem with all of this is you cannot censor. I mean, you cannot govern morality with hypocrisy. That's my issue with y'all.
Yeah, right? you can't.
Yeah, you can't govern morality with hypocrisy, because in one case you'll say it's right, and in one case you say it's wrong. But then the motive is does it favor your party? And that's what I got issue with everybody about, right?
Why don't we just do away with Democrats and Republicans altogether? Let's get rid of the party.
Because it's not going to happen, because you start thinking independently. You're going to have little pockets of people wanting to be their own independent countries here. You're gonna have Africa in the United States. I mean, nothing against Africa. I love the whole country. But you're gonna have like tribes of this person, tribes of these people. Oh, well, we're this tribe, So they're not gonna get rid of it, because it's about control. And it was a written form of control. And again, there's too much money in it, because you're gonna have to every little pocket is gonna have to have their own little military and all this and all. I mean, no, they would never do that. Now, again, I think they need to fire a lot of people, but hey.
Yeah, we'll never get to a place like that, because life is already hard, and then when you have stupid people in charge, it gets harder. And so there's a lot of stupid people in this world. Yeah, so life gets harder when you're stupid. I promise you.
All I say is just front, like just be 100, like. From the hood, if you don't have nothing to say, just keep your mouth shut before you run around and get clapped real quick. Because
that etiquette ain't there. That common courtesy ain't there no more.
But I don't know what. I think it takes somebody realistic and somebody that's that's probably from the slums, like Michelle Obama, who will tell you real quick,
right, bro.
like she did Kanye. I think it would take somebody like that to actually put one of these GOP senators in their place professionally, tactfully, but at the same time let you know, keep on running off in the mouth, and this is what's gonna happen to you.
But see, the problem with that is, bro, the more you do that, you push the envelope for physical violence, right? Because the more you don't hear me, the more aggressive I'm going to become, right? And then we talking about jungle warfare, right? We're talking about animalistic behavior where the strongest will survive, right? That we come back to this Neanderthal thought process, right? So we can't get there, and because it just ain't gonna ever work. Because if somebody you get tired of somebody not listening to you, the first thing you want to do, you want to snatch them up, right? And then there it is.
If you don't want to listen,
maybe some bearings needs to be taught. Not because people need to stop thinking or rationalizing emotionally. They need to start rationalizing logically.
Well, we'll ask Trey Songz that. We can ask Trey Songz about that one.
I don't know what he was thinking.
All right, okay, all right. This ain't that kind of show. It ain't that kind of show.
I don't know what he was wrong with him last night.
Well, listen, he gonna find out quick, fast, in a hurry. All right, what we got next, man? I think we got something else. Yeah. Oh man, you talking about the clown of the year? This guy right here. Listen, I'm telling y'all something. I know some white people have a problem with paying attention. I mean, figuring out if all black people look alike. I'm gonna tell you something. This joker right here, Daniel Cameron. I would prefer that y'all take him. We will let y'all adopt him. Like somebody can get $3,000 a year for him. Go ahead and take him. We don't want him. Let him get into some type of foster care agency, and y'all take him because
this dude failed.
Yeah. I hope he don't have daughters because man, I wouldn't listen. I would want to go to a private school, right? If I was his kids, because it's just like your daddy is. I mean, this is about as dumb as the gum on my shoe. So listen, if y'all don't know who Daniel Cameron is, he is the Attorney General for Kentucky. No, where's she at?
This is a state where Breonna Taylor got killed.
Yeah, Breonna Taylor. So yeah, Louisville. Yeah, Kentucky. Okay, all right.
Louisville, Kentucky.
So for y'all that don't know, quickly, my man said that they didn't file the jury. The grand jury was the reason why they didn't file any charges. So the grand jury got hot. They said, "You lying," and they spoke out. Wow, that's new. We speak out when somebody does something that we say that we're against. Oh my goodness! So they speak out. They say, "No, he lied." We ask questions. He withheld information from us, and so now all of a sudden, now they want to file charges. Now they want to impeach. I mean, they just handing out these peaches. Like, can we get some peach cobbler with all these peaches?
Hey man, this is like is it a new state of Georgia?
Say right. So my man, so they want to file charges on him. They want to get him out of office, and rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? That was a terrible incident, and the young lady was done very, very wrong, and somebody got to pay, man. So hopefully, now that everything is kind of changing, the power changing, man, we may see this clown take an L. What y'all got on this? Y'all heard about this?
I mean, I heard about it and I read about it, and my thoughts is go for it. I mean, you failed miserably at something that was clear cut and dry. She was murdered.
Yeah.
I don't care.
There that there was some wasn't right, and the public actually needs to know that. And this is like a freaking snitching age. Like it's
I'm snitching. It was him right there. He did it. He said, I know he did because I got it right. What's the message? I got the text messages.
That snitches get stitches thing don't apply no more. They telling on everybody. Like, no,
everybody getting it.
Information. He needs to be dealt with. This is not on us.
He needs to go see Bubba in the house.
So you don't agree?
Who don't agree?
You, Ruth.
No, I agree. Like,
okay. Oh, you said snitches get stitches. I was like,
no. I back in the day.
It's not a snitches get stitches.
Oh, yeah.
Like it used to be that way. Be like, oh, you
Yeah.
don't tell nobody. Like you protect your own. You know, it stays in house. And now it's like everybody is like, nope, this ain't right. Don't blame me. I didn't do this. This is what needs to happen. And that's the part that I'm enjoying right now. I'm enjoying the fact that they are holding people accountable for their messed up tendencies. Like you need to be dealt with. You need to get got.
You need to go ahead that trip to talk with Fleece Johnson up in Kentucky State Penitentiary.
You know, I got an idea. I wish somebody would kind of take him down there to the Red Bricks, whatever social government assisted living y'all have, and just drop him off by the playground, and y'all let him know that he's the reason why y'all ain't got y'all stimulus check, and we'll see if he get home or not.
Who's pulling his strings though? I want to know who's
somebody. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, don't tell that jury that. Don't do
that. No,
I want person was
tell. You better not tell, because I'll give you $1 million if you don't tell, okay? Make sure you listen to Massa now.
And Lisa, that's the problem, right? The motives. And that's what we're talking about, right? This is the first. That's why we have a struggle with it. Ain't just white. That's what I'm saying. It ain't about racism. It's about the classism. You're right, bro. It's Peace Cobbler all day, every day, 2021.
That's how we talked about impeachment with Clinton.
Yeah. And listen, okay, I don't want to get started on that. But y'all, what you say? We have to keep pressing if we do not purge the bad actors from our government with our votes. I agree with you, right? And that's why we shout out to Stacey Abrams every time, because she paved the way for the vehicle to show us that our vote does matter. So if we don't believe that now, we definitely should now, right?
But again, it starts with local. You get start local and build our.
You said they have to see we will only allow people who will look after us. Yeah, and that's hard, right? Because we don't know who those people are. So we need us talking now. Yeah, we need us talking now, so that way we can understand whether or not you down or not. I need to know if I stick my hand out with a fist, you ain't think I'm trying to hit you in your face. You better know how to dap me up. Because if you don't, you probably ain't getting my vote, clown. You know what I'm saying? That's just real talk. Yeah, you better know what time it is. If I throw my head up or throw my head down, you better know what I mean.
Hey,
y'all better know. You better know which way to go. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and if I go, you know that,
right? You know what that means, bro.
That.
Yeah. All right, bro. And look, they walk up to you, be like, "Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?" All right, bro. You good?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. It's that WWE slap right on your chest.
Slap.
Just all up in your ropes. Yes, sir. So listen, Daniel Cameron, you got my doofus of the day. You can have it, clown. I hope they give you every bit of what you get, right?
Yep.
So it is what it is.
About to talk to you.
A little razor blade and some bleach on that butter be all right with me. Okay. All right. I know I got problems. I almost let y'all in. Get out. All right. Inequality in the armed forces. So listen, it's a beautiful moment, but it's also a sad moment, because where we want to celebrate Secretary Austin for his position, I really hate always talking about this. I feel like enough is enough with the first black this and first black that. I don't really like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's acknowledge it that he is, and we know he black. So we just call it what it is. But what this deal
out there for a reason. Saying he's the first black this and the first black that, it pulls on the it.
Yes, it tugs on
the emotional heartstrings.
Sets a precedent. So
okay. Again, everybody black ain't with us. So I'm not saying that for him, but it does nothing for us anymore, y'all. So to all the big name news outlets, y'all can stop saying it now. It's okay. We're done with that part.
The system can then say, "Oh, but you have your first female vice president. Oh, you have your first black secretary of defense. You have your first head of military service," which was General Charles Brown, by the way. I don't know if y'all knew that.
Yeah, we did have thank you.
Yeah, we did have
one.
With the dude.
Talked about it. I just want to know. I had my first boo-boo when I was a baby, and I still wipe my butt today. So I don't understand what is the matter. I wiped my butt then. I'm wiping my butt now. So I don't know how many times y'all can see it. Okay, so listen, this brass ceiling. I know I got problems. This brass ceiling. So listen, we have two individuals that are very familiar with the military and its intricacies or inner workings. What'd you say, Lisa? First, it's like
dibs. No matter. Wow.
Is open.
Okay, so
Wow.
first it's like this, no matter what the door.
You playing trivia?
That's funny. Okay, I ain't playing with you. That's funny. Okay, so listen, y'all tell me what y'all think about Secretary Austin. First of all, congratulations. But what is this brass ceiling that we talking about? Like the news paper brought up an issue about a brass ceiling. So which one of y'all want to go first?
I'll let the fine NCO go first.
Uh-oh. All right.
The what?
I said I'll let this fine NCO go first.
I am not. I am out. I am done.
Well, you were there, so
I was there. Okay. So yeah, I'm my family is longtime generation military. We've been in every war since first wars then started. So I'm very militant minded, and the brass
You
ceiling
Lieutenant Dan?
Huh?
You ken Lieutenant Dan?
Yeah, Lieutenant Dan, I scream. But yeah,
I mean, I think everybody. Go ahead.
I can't. Yeah, it's always existed. I mean, military culture is definitely different than civilian culture. Like we have a reputation of taking care of our own, but it doesn't really extend to minority groups in the military because we're predominantly governed by our white counterparts, and there is significant a lesser occupancy in those NCO roles, in those higher like captains, your colonels, your generals. There's only 38 generals, 4-star generals in the military, and only 10 of those are black. So
one of them is my mentor.
Huh?
One of them is my mentor.
Yeah. So that goes to show that we're definitely the minority when it comes to lead positions, like positions of authority, but we make up majority of the armed forces. And we have been since like the dawn of time. They've used this for centuries now, fighting wars that aren't even our battles. Our battles are on homeland. And when it comes to fighting discrimination, it's hard to do that when you have to go to a white NCO. You have to go to a white commander. We had recently, maybe a few years back, we had a black commander in Fort Worth. And he actually was looking into trying to get our minority enlisted personnel promoted. And they didn't like that. They pushed him out because of it. He noticed that there was a problem. He voiced that there was a problem. That you're supposed to go with rank and time served, and make sure you've done all your schooling, you passed all your tests, you got a good slate. But guess what? We don't get promoted at the same rate. We don't, and that's a fact. So that being addressed, yes, it's absolutely true. I don't know how you feel about it.
Well, so my question. Go ahead, bro. I'm gonna ask y'all.
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
So my question to y'all is, what are we expecting Secretary Austin to come in and do? You can't. I mean, one man can't reform this trash, right? We ain't fooling with you, boy. We ain't fooling with that.
I'm gonna leave that alone. I can't touch on that.
I have plenty opinions on that, but yeah, I'm not gonna touch it.
I can't say nothing on that.
I'm not saying
ain't nothing bad. Yeah. Okay, don't take us off topic. I'm asking the question. I'm talking to him. I'm talking about that post. Don't take
I wasn't about to say that. I was not about to say that.
So look here. So do y'all think that what is your expectation on him getting things done? Right? Is he gonna have, because he's just one man, right?
So the study that I saw was a study done by a retired colonel from West Point. He teaches at West Point. So basically, like we were talking about, there is inequality in the armed forces. Across the Army, across the force, meaning from Army all the way over to Well, we can't count the Space Force now because I don't know what they got over there. But so from Army to the Coast Guard, I would say and this is the enlisted population. There are more actual Caucasians in the armed forces. So when you look at the African American population, makes about 20% across the whole entire force. And let's just say the Army. So the Army only makes up, for the African American population, only makes up about 8 to 10%. And of those 8 to 10%, and my numbers could be slightly skewed. Of those 8 to 10%, we got about 5% that are in senior enlisted realm, meaning like E7 and above. Again, and then when you matriculate over to the officer realm, you don't have as many senior leaders that are Black officers because one, we choose to self-select, meaning we don't choose to be officers. We don't even choose to stay in the Army. We do not even choose. And a lot of us don't. We come from impoverished homes, so education is not, post-education after high school is not something that we look at. And if we get into the military, we're just in there to kind of like get a bag, and get out. That's pretty much what it is. So what is being done? Some. So what has been looked at, and the retired Rear Admiral from the Navy, who was actually General Austin's boss, he despises the fact of the good old boy system. So the good old boy system has been around since the military has started. And the good old boy system, pretty much like Rue said, takes care of your own. The military, we do take care of our own. But within that system, there is a good old boy system. So if you're not infantry, or if you're not some sort of combat arms, you're kind of looked at, and especially if you're a Black officer, you kind of looked at like, So a lot of the Black officers that actually come into the military, they want to go combat arms, so they want to be infantry officers, field artillery, some sort of maneuver officer. And, same way with the infantry. They come in and it's a predominantly white dominated force. And, once they come in, there's not a lot of African Americans that are in infantry. I was one of them. I had to get out of infantry. Bump that. Not for me. And then I went logistics. But however, the problem is a lot of them are looking at OERs. They're looking at OER evaluations, and they're looking at like this. Okay, you're not good enough, and the problem is we don't mentor our soldiers, meaning our soldiers that look like us, whether they're NCOs, the NCOs mentoring the junior enlisted, or the officers mentoring the other lieutenants. I am grateful that I do have the mentors that I have, Black female lieutenant colonels, general, Black African American general, lieutenant colonels that are in command now, and mentoring me, grooming me right now, even as soon to be company commander. So that is a big problem that was talked about in the study. We do not mentor our juniors. We don't take them, and there's a disparity at the ROTC West Point level as well. So they look at ROTC programs, they don't get the funding that West Point cadets do. And they even talked about it. When they even said it, they said ROTC programs as opposed to West Point cadets. They're still a cadet regardless of the fact whether they go to ROTC, VMI, Norwich, any of these other military institutions, or West Point. They're still a cadet. At the end of the day, they are still a cadet. But West Pointers are looked at up here. So whenever they mission, they get the cream of crop. They get the first of everything because it's West Point. Everybody else, you just get what you get. And then OCS is dead last. Although OCS is harder by far to commission because that's 16 weeks of hell. But there's no mentorship. There's no mentorship. So we don't, in the ROTC programs, there's usually no Black officers that are like the APMS or the senior, or the PMS, which is the primary military instructor, the APMS, which is the assistant military instructor, or the SMS, which is the senior military instructor, which is the NCO. There's usually no Black person that's there. And that's the disparity that is in the armed forces, that is the inequality. So right now, the military is like, they're hoping that General Austin looks at that and starts to change that. Even the way things are, even the way, people get evaluated as commanders, because commanders, we should be evaluated not by like, he's looking at like, well, maybe we should evaluate them by their merit, by their company's climate. Although that can be a little disparaging too, but they're looking to try to get rid of this good old boy system and promote more minorities.
Which is the good old boy. When we say good old boy system, it's who's behind you can kiss in order to get to where you need to go.
Or
like that's
or you're
you can just go to the club for that.
Huh?
Oh, you stupid.
You can just go to the club for that.
Or
because like in cases of where there is discrimination, you can't sue them. You're not a civilian, so there's no recourse. There's no recourse of action for in the event like you can't get your promotion. You don't have a senior officer that looks like you that can teach you the ins and outs of what you're personally going through. Like there's nobody there for you.
And then
so like
when
the
you
young
try
lady
to bring
died,
it up,
the Hispanic chick died. Like it was like a whole big fiasco.
Vanessa.
The thing is something tall. It's the same.
Oh man, that'd be a whole other segment.
I'm with y'all.
That's a whole
and the reality is, me as a civilian, what I see you guys saying, it just happens in corporate America anyway. So it's just taking the same system.
And the good old boy system is in the military too. That corporate mind frame is in the military too.
Yeah. So I'm with y'all.
And the problem is when you speak up about it, you have to have your facts like down to a T. If there's
you cannot mention race. If it like you can't say it as they were racist towards me. You can't say it like that. You have to play on the discrimination part. You have to amplify the discrimination. How was it discriminatory? How was it that way?
Whoa, what's up, Jennifer?
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Spitting all this game. I thank you so much. Listen, I think I'm gonna buy me some shoestrings.
Right, because as soon as you start throwing away racism or throwing out racism, then of course people want to shut down because they don't want to be the bad guy. They don't want to be racist, right? And you definitely don't in the military where it's a egalitarian. Well, I forgot how you say it, but like the culture is different. It's a different system.
So with that, we have to what they do is EO, so equal opportunity. That is where if there's any racist or racism that rears its head, that's where we call it the corrosive 3 at this point. That's where you use that avenue, and again, you have to be like so on point with the with your report if you're going to report it. Otherwise, they're probably just going to be like, okay, well, that's not equal opportunity. That's not discrimination. It's just you being butthurt.
Well, and again, and I'll close it like this. I hear what you guys are saying. This is what I want to say to everybody, regardless if you're in the military or you're not. Be careful, right? Because even Barack Obama becoming president started something. It got a ball rolling. You know what I'm saying? So although we celebrate this, y'all keep your eyes open. It's like walking into a brand new house. You don't see all the cracks and the little small things wrong with it just because you're excited about this new thing. And them throwing this money at us don't mean nothing. So y'all listen, don't be caught up in that boo-boo the food stuff. So y'all keep your eyes open. Listen, y'all, it's been a great show. Go ahead. What you go?
Oh, before we change here, okay. I did realize that I said something wrong before, and he corrected me. Yeah, you were right about the statistics for how many of minority enlisted personnel are actually.
Oh yeah.
I messed it up, but yeah, you got my point.
we did. Thank you. Listen, y'all, it has been a great show today. We're gonna get into our final thoughts, but listen, I want to shout out to Jennifer Phillips. I want to shout out to Shahana. I want to shout out to Lamb. Thank y'all so much. Shout out also to Lisa B for just being that consistent giver to the. Thank y'all, man, for all these super stickers. Because I'm telling y'all, if it wasn't for y'all, I couldn't even afford the internet I got right now. Right? And at the end of the day, we are excited that you guys are picking up what we putting down and y'all digging how we getting down. So I thank y'all for that. So listen, y'all, let's get to these final thoughts. We're gonna get up out of here. You want to go first, man?
No, stop making that sexist ladies first. No.
That we just gentlemen.
Well, you know what? Forget it. You ain't going at all. Don't worry about it. Go. Go, Noble.
All right, man. Again, thank everybody. You know, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope all my constituents out there that you know, that know me, that watch the show. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you are blessed. Shout out to the great Winston State University again. About to be on TV again for greatness. But you know, see life for what it is. See people for who they really are. If they're saying something to you, 9 times out of 10, that is exactly who they are. See the red flags of where they are. And don't be afraid to call somebody out on it. You know, do it in a respectful manner if you have to. Avoid violence. We got enough violence going on in this world. Love each other. You know, try to practice your 6 feet of distance. As I survived COVID. I was quarantined for the past 14 days. Had a little scare, tested positive. Yeah, tested positive. No symptoms. Thank the Lord. And I thank the Lord for being alive here. But, you know what I'm saying, do not take life for granted. Just because, you know, you might not have a symptom doesn't mean the Lord can't take you on up out here. So don't take it for granted. Love the ones that are close to you, but love the ones that are even further away from you. And take the time out. If you ain't, you know, if you don't speak to somebody today, go up to them, give them a hug, and tell them, you know, hey man, I love you. If you don't know them, hey, you know, I hope you have a good day. Wave at somebody. Stop being so hateful. We got enough of that going on in the White House right now. So, you know, it takes a village to change the world. So let's be that village that changes this whole entire world. Thank you for tuning in. King out.
I guess she can go. I don't know. Can you go before me? I mean, can you at least go before me?
Okay, I'll go. I want to thank y'all for allowing me to be on the show. I appreciate it. And I don't really have too much to say. I would like to be back. Hopefully I will be.
I don't know. We're going to let you go last from now on.
That was fun. I liked it.
Yeah. All right. Slide her off. Bye. Listen, y'all, we have had an amazing show tonight. Again, I appreciate everybody for joining us. Y'all, I want y'all to take this into consideration as we go through this year with this new presidency. That was an old science teacher of mine in school. He said, Haynes, he said, seek not to understand, to find the answer, but to understand the question. And I'm telling y'all, we are trying to find all these answers to our problems, but we don't understand the question. And I'm telling y'all what the question is. What's wrong with this country? I'm not saying I don't like being here, but I don't like the fact that we are just sweeping everything under the rug just for the sake of wanting to move on. And now they're trying to put money on it because they think that's the fixer to all of our problems. And last time I checked, the love of money has a root. And I'll just leave it at that. Listen, that's Rude. That's Noble. I'm B.
What happened?
We'll see y'all Monday. Peace.
Peace out.